Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be setting up my Mac Mini for use as primarily a gaming, PowerPC Mac OS X gaming, as well as a PowerPC Mac OS X digital audio workstation machine. So, I already have the Mac OS X Leopard disk inserted into the Mini, so it should just boot to it automatically because this disk is completely wiped. And there's a... there we go. There's a chance I might try to dual boot Linux on this, but actually that was the initial plan for this video, but that didn't work out too well, so instead I'll probably make just installing Mac OS X on here my first priority, and then I'll try installing Linux if I feel like it. So I want to conserve as much tape as possible, so I'm going to stop recording now and then come back when we get to the installer screen. So here we are a few minutes later at the main installer screen. So I am an English speaker, so I want to select English as my main language. And I'm just going to open Disk Utility because I want to see something. Okay, cool. So, okay, I just want to get an idea for the disk partitioning capabilities of Disk Utility. So I will install on here, and I will customize the installation. I don't need any of these three things. They just take up extra space, and honestly, they're not really all that necessary, especially with printer drivers these days, because I can, if I need a printer driver, I can just, get it from another source, and I might actually just be able to run the installer from the disk afterwards, like run the printer driver installer from the disk afterwards if I need it. But X11 I'm going to keep because X11 is always cool to play around with. So I'm going to hit install. And I can just skip the verification because I do not need that. And so now it is installing, and I'll be back when it finishes up. So it is now finished installing, and yeah, the installation went off without a hitch. So now it is going to restart, and we will be greeted with the famous macOS 10.5 and 10.6 intro video. So now it's booting up, and in a moment we will be greeted with the intro video. So, yeah. Now all I really need to do is finish setting this up, and then I'll make a video showing you around the finished setup. So, I'll be back once I finish setting this up and running all the updates and everything. So, now my Mac Mini has been set up completely. Let's take a look around. So, like I said before, I primarily am intending for this to be a gaming machine. So I have Unreal Tournament 2004, Doom 3, and Halo, all of which I intend to start playing. I'd also like to get more into macOS 10 PowerPC gaming, because I do quite a bit of macOS 9 PowerPC gaming, but not very much macOS 10 PowerPC gaming. I also have an old version of Ableton Live, PowerPC Media Center, and then some other audio utilities on here, because I'd also like to possibly make this a PowerPC macOS 10 digital audio workstation machine. And let me just put it up live really quickly. It starts up fine and everything. And I would eventually like to get maybe my Power Mac, but maybe a different PowerPC Macintosh, outfitted with macOS 9 digital audio workstation setup, but I actually don't have the correct hardware, because macOS 9 is more particular about hardware than macOS 10 is. So that will have to be put on hold until I am able to acquire macOS 9 compatible hardware. And then I also just have normal utilities that I put on any system. Carbon Copy Cloner, which I'll use to make a backup of this system with shortly. Just a little freeware disk burning software. Super Duper, which is, I love this software, it's disk cloning software. Disk Utility, which is stock. And then also Mac Tracker, which is just a really nice piece of software for finding out information on Macintosh models. I put on all of my computers, and I even have it on my iPhone. And then here's just my applications folder with stuff. There's not a whole lot on it yet. But then also I intend for this to be my main airport configuration machine, because it has an airport connected to it. This doesn't have wireless built in, so I have this connected to my Airport Express that is running underneath my desk, and yeah, that's what's providing the wireless connection. So yeah, I mean, there's honestly not a whole lot else to talk about. It's really just a typical Mac OS X Leopard installation. I can bring up the system profiler. This is an overview of the system specs. It's the higher speed model of the first generation of Mac Mini G4s that were produced, and it is maxed out at 1 GB of RAM. So then, here's just the system profiler information. Yeah, I'm not really sure there's a whole lot I need to show here, but the built-in graphics card, which this graphics card is running at native resolution for the monitor, just like the graphics card in my Power Mac, 1280 by 1024. And yeah. Oh, one thing I will mention is that 10-4Fox is this great browser. It's a fork of modern Firefox. Let me zoom out. But it initially it's not the fastest browser, but I have found ways of making it faster. Like there's this modified preps.js file that really works on any non-quantum Firefox, I think. That so it works basically if you have a old version of Firefox installed on like Snow Leopard or something, it will work on there. But that really speeds up page rendering, and it also I'm not sure if this is U-Matrix or Micro-Matrix, but that also speeds it up a lot. It like takes out all the boggy scripts and things. So and I'll link to all of this in the video description. But so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I guess the only thing that's left to do now is boot up videos. I did one with my iBook, so why not do one with my Mac Mini? So, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.